Okay, let's bring in Florida Governor and 2024 presidential candidate Ron DeSantis. Governor, really good to have you. Can we do this? Can we get this off the table first? I've been watching over the last, I don't know, maybe 10 days or so, and there are these gotcha people, these people who just want to sit there and they want to talk about how tall you are, whether you're wearing boots with what do they call it, heel extenders inside. I mean, Governor, the southern border is a disaster. Terrorists are coming across the border. We got two wars that we're kind of funding, and they want to talk about how tall you are. Sir, respond, please.
Well, yeah, look, Eric, this is no time for foot fetishes. We've got serious problems as a country. We've got war in the Middle East. We've got terrorists coming across our own southern border. We have an American dream that's out of reach for millions of Americans because of the Biden inflation and the high energy prices. We've got schools that are indoctrinating kids, not educating kids, and we've got cities that are being overrun by crime. And I know people want to try to divert onto other issues. I know Donald Trump and a lot of his people have been focusing on things like footwear. I'll tell you this, if Donald Trump can summon the balls to show up to the debate, I'll wear a boot on my head. This is a time for substance. This is a time for us to debate the issues that matter to the American people. And the question is, are you able to fight for them, which we have done in Florida? Are you able to win those fights, which we have been able to do in Florida? And are you able to lead to a better tomorrow? We've done that in Florida, and we'll do that for the United States of America.
Indeed. Yeah, I jest a little bit with you, but I would say living in Florida, knowing the success you're having down here. Next time someone asks you how tall you were, I would say something like, I'm about 6'10" if I stand on my policy success in Florida. And then I'm guessing that would be the mic drop. But they'd stop asking you, Governor. Can we move on to something important?
It's also true, so thank you.
Yeah. Can we move on to the important stuff? We're seeing what's going on in Israel, and there seems to be a pick a side, either the side of pro-Hamas or the side of pro-Israel. And the other side just doesn't understand. There are a lot of Jews who, frankly, New York Jews that live in South Florida, live amongst them. A lot of people down here. What is your sense? What should we be doing with Israel? And should everything we do with Israel be tied to Ukraine funding the way Biden wants it?
Of course not. I mean, to do a massive omnibus package is absolutely not the right way to go. So we need to support Israel in word and in deed, publicly and privately. And that means supporting their right to defend themselves, which means in this case, they have to eliminate the threat posed by Hamas. So that means eliminate the tunnels, the infrastructures, eliminate the organization. They can't live when you have a terrorist organization that wants to massacre every Jew in Israel. It's just not something you can coexist with. So they have every right to do that. It should be like the House is doing, though. It should be done mindful of the fact that we're $33+ trillion in debt. The House is taking money from the IRS to be able to give to Israel because we got to stop adding so much debt. So I think they've been really responsible. It's also important we say no taxpayer money to the Gaza Strip. That will be commandeered by Hamas. Hamas is holding Americans hostage now, as well as many other nationalities, including Israelis, hostage. If you're concerned about humanitarian assistance for Gaza civilians, then you should be calling for the complete and unconditional surrender of Hamas. You should be calling for them to release all the hostages. I don't see the left and I don't see the media doing any of that. And it's also important that we point out, and I've said very clearly, we cannot do what people like AOC want to do, which is import hundreds of thousands of Gaza refugees. Egypt should be taking them. Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Lebanon, they won't take any of these folks. You don't want to import that into the United States. People say not everyone's a member of Hamas, and I think that's true. But in the Gaza Strip, they teach all the kids to hate Jews in the textbooks. They don't have Israel even listed on the map at all. And they believe in eradicating Israel. They don't believe Israel has a right to exist as a Jewish state. So we've seen all the anti-Semitism in our country bubble to the surface in ways that I honestly was surprised about. And I'm somebody in Florida. We've actually done legislation to combat anti-Semitism on college campuses. But you have people openly calling for the annihilation of Israel, places like Harvard and Penn and all these places. So we've got problems in our own country, and I think importing more problems is not going to help solve.